Stream My Son by Gabby Hanna.
Good morning. I'm officially 1 week out from the show. Today is Saturday. The show is next Saturday, which means I have exactly 1 week to finish learning our songs, rehearsing our songs, getting the merch and the merch. Oh my gosh, the merch and the merch table. Ooh, forgot about that merch table. But I do have the merch designs. I'm actually really happy with where I am with my body and where my house is right now because that was the beginning of the month goal. I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to practice my vocals. I wanted to get my house together. Feeling pretty good about all those things. But I think this week I'm going to try to really cut back on sugar and salt. So I'm going to take my diet like ultra seriously this week. Try to keep away from dairy because it messes with your vocal cords. Maybe I'll do a little research and see if there's certain foods to avoid, see if there's any foods that can help you out. Anyways, I'm gonna read my Bible. This is my verse of the day. I don't know what it is yet until I read it. So, because you have made the Lord my refuge, the Most High, your dwelling place, no harm will come to you, no plague will come near your tent, for he will give his angels orders concerning you to protect you in all your ways. They will support you with their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the young lion and the serpent. Wow, I love that verse. And then I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna take you to the gym with me because my gym is so cool. I love my gym. I have to show you this machine that they have there that's like, I'll just show you. One time I heard somebody say, if you want to hear God talk to you, read scripture. If you want to hear God talk to you out loud, read scripture out loud. So listen how crazy this story is. This has now happened 3 times. So I recorded this on Saturday, right? I choose this as my verse of the day. I read it out loud. I put it into the video. And then the next day I go to church and that was the psalm that the sermon was on.
Because he has his heart set on me.
And I was like, wow, that's a crazy coincidence. What's a crazier coincidence is the fact that it happened 2 more times like this month. This one was Psalm 91. The one before this was Psalm 73. I read that out loud. I highlighted it. I actually put it in the first video of this vlog series, the Vlogmas in July one. I read scripture out loud and put it into a video. And then after I edit it into the video, I go to church and that scripture was read out loud.
My flesh and my heart may fail,
But God is the strength of my heart.
my portion forever.
So I took that as like, wow, this was massive validation and confirmation from God that I'm doing what he wants me to be doing. And that made me feel really good. And obviously I read the psalm with more significance to myself personally, because obviously this was a psalm that God sort of picked out specifically for me. And then the other time that this happened was recently with Psalm 42, which is the one that I read to you in the last vlog called I Am Deeply Depressed. That is actually one of the quotes from the psalm where I read it, I highlighted it because it was impacting me, and then I went to church and that was the psalm that was being spoken about in the sermon. And that specific sermon was about a loneliness and a distance from God, which was clearly a message that God was trying to get to me. I know I called it a coincidence, but I said it almost like ironically because I'll never believe it's a coincidence. I took statistics in college. I wasn't great at it, but I know enough about it to know that the probability of that happening not only once, but multiple times is crazy because the sermons are randomized. Like they're not going in order. They're just picking a random psalm. And I'm also picking a random psalm throughout the month to talk about. And we just kept picking the same ones. And when you look at them all together, they actually tell a really beautiful little story of what God is communicating to me. So beautiful. God is so amazing if you welcome him in and accept messages from him, because God is here to communicate with all of us. We're not told that because we're told if we receive supernatural messages of any type that we're crazy. They write it off as hallucinations or delusions. And sometimes maybe they can become that when people tell you all the time that you're having hallucinations and delusions. But there is a spiritual world, and spirit does communicate with us, the spirit in us. Everybody receives direct communication from God, because that's what the Bible tells us. That was the purpose of the death of Jesus Christ, to put an end to the barrier between us and God that was placed there by the law. We now get to speak to God directly, and in turn, God speaks directly to and through us. Oh, and I have a song coming out on August 2nd. Sorry, forgot to tell you guys. It's called Alone in the Universe. It is a worship song, but I hope everybody can enjoy it. Okay, woo! Enjoy Alone in the Universe on August 2nd, and I will see a lot of your lovely faces on August 3rd. Bye! Every now and then I fall apart.